joyful. That is how it felt for me to give to the capital campaign, just incredibly joyful. And not because my husband and I like to part with our money, ask any of our children, we don't. And my husband doesn't even attend this church. But he and I both feel, it just feels good to be part of something that is bigger than us. And so to give to this church is to recognize our church's role as a worship space, as a daycare, as housing, as an art studio. And to give to the capital campaign is also to look to the future, where we may have a wisdom center that can spread ideas of justice and equity around our community. So it feels joyful for us to contribute to our church's mission. And some of us who are regular attendees probably don't even notice sometimes. We've gotten used to the leaks, the cracks, the paint. But the visitors and passerbys, you can't miss it. You can't miss that our building is looking a little old, a little run down. So I'm reminded, first of all, of me, a little old, a little run down, but that's not where I'm gonna go. I'm thinking of, I had a student a couple of weeks ago, he came in with shoes and the soles were flopping off and there were holes in them. And so I sent him down to the nurse's office and they found him a new pair of shoes. And he came back in the room with the biggest, fattest grin on his face. And he was standing about 2 inches taller and he told me, I am so fast now. And we went out to recess and he ran across the field and he ran back and he kept on running. And you can probably remember that moment when someone bought you new shoes when you were a kid and how good it felt. And so it reminded me of how good it's gonna feel for us to worship in a space that has been restored and cared for, because we will feel restored and cared for just as my student did. We won't be any faster, but we're gonna feel a lot better about sitting in here. It's joyful to worship in a space that not only feels welcoming, but also looks welcoming. And our visitors and newcomers will see that we believe in our church enough, we care enough in our mission to invest our finances, our money to take care of it. I also think it's important that we all be involved, no matter how much we can give. Some of us may be fortunate enough to give a lot. Some of us may be really holding on to our strings tight right now. And it doesn't matter as long as you give something. When my kids were young, we had a big old jar, and we decided we were gonna go to Legoland. And so we started putting the coin in. And my kids looked at it like we had a dime, a nickel, a penny. We're never going to Legoland. But every time we put it in, it got a little bigger and a little bigger. And we finally went to Legoland, and it was a big deal. And I don't know whose money paid for the cotton candy, and I don't know whose money paid for the ride. But I do know that we all, my kids, my husband, we all felt like we've been part of it. And so we were able to enjoy it even more because we each participated in creating that experience. We all gave what we could to something that was bigger than just one of us. And you never know what your donation is going to do. So your donation may help fix a window, it may repair a leak, it may fill a coffee cup. It doesn't matter what you contribute as much as that you are part of something bigger than just you. So if you haven't, I encourage you to sign up for the Capital Campaign Shakedown moment that you're going to have. It's not really shakedown, it was actually very nice. You will learn incredibly new things. I did not know there was a third floor in this church until I had that meeting. So you will learn things that they put it up here in church, but when you meet with them, they tell you even more things. They've prepared a binder for you. People have worked really hard to share with you this information and to help you understand why it's important to give. So I encourage you to sign up for it. Also, for 30 minutes, 2 people pay full attention to you. That doesn't happen often in my life. Some of you probably aren't even paying attention to me right now, but I had 30 minutes of undivided attention. I could ask them questions and hear more about the church. So I really do encourage each of you, if you haven't, to sign up for that moment. I think 100% participation for 100 years sounds really good. Back to joy. Folks come here, and we've heard from Matt and others saying that sometimes it's the first time they've come into a worship space and they have felt loved or they felt accepted and welcome. Imagine how they're going to feel walking into a space that is welcoming and makes them feel loved, but also that is restored and future-facing. That's what we are going to be. We can say we spent our money taking care of the church because we want to spend our time and our energy taking care of you and each other. So let's give our church some brand new shoes, and let's enjoy the giving to our future. Thank you.